There's a fire that burns inside. It's an instinct that never lies. The target's tattooed between our eyes. Stand and fight under the lights on the higher stage. A part of your life they can't take away. Just like the blood running through your veins. Everyone's watching through your eyes. There's only two options, win or die. Win or die. Win or die. It went from a spark to an open flame. Now destiny's calling out your name. So reply, so reply. Ignite. There's a power that's underneath, and you can see it till you believe. On the edge of infinity. Feel the rush under the lights on the higher stage. A part of your life they can't take away. Just like the blood running through your veins. Everyone's watching through your eyes. There's only two options, win or die. Win or die. Win or die. It went from a spark to an open flame. Now destiny's calling out your name. So reply, so reply. Ignite. It went from a spark to an open flame. Now destiny's calling out your name. So reply, so
I guess this is it.
How can we compete with this hype?
Hello, I was saying we should be making it rain because y'alls are making it rain.
Making it rain after storms, am I right?
Hey, oh.
Yes. Nicely done.
I think Jorek needs a new fade
Here's
charm.
to you.
If you know what I mean.
Take
Take off your pants. What? Hi, everybody.
Hey.
John, this is
It's nice to see you guys.
way exciting.
Oh my god.
If I pause now, will it still end?
No.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes.
But then you'll never know what happens if you never watch it.
Dang.
Yes.
Yeah, we
I
all
did.
saw
Fighter.
this. That was inspired.
Where did you
What country is the wine from?
From the country of pain and sorrow.
But actually, we might be able to find it at one of the locations in this city. Have some solo for you.
Yeah. Montreal is well known for its booziness.
California American? Thank you.
Thank you. We'll find it.
Maybe.
Oh,
If,
I hope
if
so.
it's been imported.
Oh, Annie.
Annie, no.
Oh.
Every time.
We're both like, no.
I
no.
appreciate your unending optimism in that front, though.
I don't think optimism is the right word.
Respect.
Oh my god, he is.
Yeah, they were talking about that before. Guys, I love the fan theory. I'm going to
That's
suggest
what
that it's a
RK
bit of a
was about.
stretch.
I was trying to figure out what they were talking about with the RNK.
I love these fan theories. Keep them coming.
Ah, Tracer,
Oh
hi.
my goodness, thank you.
That Ray shirt. Nice.
Can you read what it says?
I'm taking hashtag half second.
Wee!
Detective Jorek.
Detective
She's such a
Jorek.
cutie. I saw
What?
a sneak preview of some art
Detective
that
Jorek?
is super cool.
Oh,
But I'll leave it there.
I wonder if it's
But
the
just
same art I saw a sneak preview of.
Maybe from the same artist.
What?
but a different piece.
what am I, chopped liver? Am I just a
Last
fancy
line.
shirt with a face like that?
Yes.
Detective Jorek.
Guys,
Guys.
thank you for the subs, guys.
Getting a bunch of people subscribing. It's part of that, I think, is because if you're a Twitch Prime member, your sub doesn't automatically renew. So
That's true, but actually it will say for
Oh,
2 months in
interesting.
a row. Rock Pants said 2 months in a row. I know because I have subbed to the same person with my Prime 2 months in a row. So I do
Interesting.
think some of these are new, but if you leave enough of a gap between renewals, then maybe not. That one says Twitch Prime. Thank
I like
you.
how the sound effect that plays when somebody subscribes is actually from the music that's playing.
Oh yeah.
Magic Master P
Use
throws
the
down.
The ship to sail all ships.
Okay, so Magic Master P is the master of emotes. I
Yep.
mean, second only to maybe Rock Dance.
You have access to each emote tier.
All of
So
them.
3 emotes are yours.
Yes, the
Right
ships,
there.
It's so good. That's 2 pizzas, right? Devaria, I also count things in pizzas. Yeah, can I get like 4 pizzas worth of paper? Like,
Yikes.
it's weird.
So first of all, there's a lot of you here, which is fantastic. Some of you are even throwing down on the old subs, which is also excellent. You guys should know that you'll soon see the fruits of those subs quite soon
Ooh.
if I have my way about it, but you'll find more about that, but not today. Yes, Liz is pink.
I love that I don't know whether you have recently purchased that lipstick or if you already had it, because it's
I purchased it
Good.
after I dyed my
Still,
hair.
I don't care. I don't care. Like, either way.
I was like, it matches.
Yep.
We do have a couple of people here, but more than that, I did want to call out one specific person here. Hate Wheel, John Merck, developer of Exalted 3rd Edition, been with us from basically the beginning. Here you are at the end.
Mm-hmm. Liz, would you say you are pink hair, don't care? What
I'd
are your
say
thoughts?
pink hair,
It
but I do
is-
care.
Oh, got it.
It is important to mention
Yes.
that none of this would have been possible without his support and his kindness, and his brain, his
Yeah.
thick, meaty brain.
This version is his brainchild.
Weird, John.
For you and Holden,
Yeah.
no matter what happens, we thank you for this.
Yay. Yeah. Hopefully we don't bust everything up too
I
much.
remember when Eric Bunn convinced me his name was Hattie Will. I believe that was the first time he arrived in chat.
Oh.
Shame.
Liz, did you had this hair last Sunday?
I did, but I think
Oh,
that there
not
are some
everyone was
people
here.
who were here this week who weren't able to make last week, and
One love. Oh my god, what's happening?
holy crap. Okay, this is awesome.
Right?
I'm gonna spend like the whole session just watching the chat
Yep.
with like sparkly eyes and a huge smile on my face.
Yay. Good job, baby.
We also have She Who Knows 10,000 Things and Echoes Through Song. Aragwen and Cat and Daft, thanks so much for being here, moderators of this channel. Ready to see RPG Clinic go from one chronicle to the next.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, huh. You're not crying. Damn it. I'm
You're
not crying. You're
I'm
crying.
crying.
Thank you, Scott, for writing your recaps.
You're fucking up, Scott.
Yeah, seriously, Scott.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Daniel TIE Fighter, it is shared to a certain extent.
It was
And I'm
shared
happy
to a certain
yes,
extent, and
I
then
I just took
Scott-
over because I'm
Scott
that guy.
crushed it like
But
a boss.
no, I'm happy to. I think they're mostly accurate, and I'm sure there's. Once we fully migrate over to the wiki, you guys can change it so it's more accurate.
Or completely make them wrong,
Or
and
make
we'll have to
them-
revert to
You're not
previous
right.
versions.
I'm right.
A reminder that our website, while listed on the page right now that you can see as exaltwitch.com, we are migrating over to rpgclinic.com, which will be the new home for Exaltwitch, as well as Changeling the streaming. Coming up.
www.rpgclinic.com.
Is the www dot still a
I
thing?
believe it's still necessary.
Oh, there's a link in chat.
Hey,
so
ho, ho,
we'll-
hey, whoa.
Whether or not it's fixed, you can click the link. No typing necessary.
Krister, one of the writers for Changeling the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition, is also in here with us. The baton being passed.
Such hype.
There's quite a bit of hype. Here, I can feel it.
It's great to see all of you here. We're gonna remind everybody here right now that while this may be the last session of Exaltwitch that we're going to play, it is not in any way the end of our role-playing together, and it may even not be the end of us playing Exalted. However, we are transitioning over to another chronicle, which is Changeling the Streaming, which we'll be doing in August. In 2 weeks' time, tune in as we have our Exaltwitch Froyo session, where we're going to look back on the entire chronicle, play our favorite clips, and perhaps even have a play of the chronicle set up so that we'll be able to see who made the most overall impact on the audience. But we have, no matter what, a game to attend to tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're going to attend to the game tonight, it means that we have to look back on what happened last week.
Oh, yeah.
And who better to do such a thing than our own Captain Daff?
It's a great fan theory.
Last time on Exaltwitch, our heroes head to the Imperial Manse. Tebet Kensha declares his intention to become the new Emperor. The massive doors crack open, mist billowing out. Everyone jumps down and bespeaks halting the army as our heroes dive inside. Ray uses her sight to reveal Kensha, Requiem, Felicity, and someone else. A voice asks why they enter. They each give a reason. The mist clears, revealing 5 tall ladders leading to a platform, blue glyphs covering the walls. Jorek and Ray can't use the ladders, but Val figures it out. Requiem asks Jorek to leave. Jorek pledges to save her. Val sees the magistrate standing on the next level, but Jorek sees Pearl and the Council of Nine, Ray the alchemist she assaulted. They all answer for their past. Requiem is judged unworthy and a shock of lightning shoots her off the platform. Jorek tries to catch her, but Requiem drops, screaming, 200 metres to the ground below. Valeria breaks but makes it to the second platform. She cripples Kensha's hand, then climbs up with silence. Ray unmasks the mystery woman, who begs her to give up, but Ray's done listening to her mother. Final Rush slides down the ladder and shoves Ember off the edge. Ray leaps after him. Val finds the third platform needs a blood sacrifice. She cuts her hand, but it's not enough, so she turns on Silence. Jorek sees Val thrust her spear into Silence's neck, spouting blood. Silence falls to the ground, but the spear stays in place. Val climbs the final ladder. Reaching the top, Val finds computer banks and more blood runes. She asks Felicity for guidance, who refuses. Val sasses her and the computers light up. Each screen shows a pyramid across creation, connected to each other, forming a mesh to hold back the wild. Val goes to disable the barrier, believing they can share creation with the Fae. Felicity flies up to stop Val. Ray and Dove quickly grab on. Val takes the controls and slightly shifts one pyramid. Can Mr. Talky Talk make a pact with the Fae? Can Ray stop Felicity from stopping Val unstop her creation? And will Speaks of Silence even remember the sacrifice she made? Find out on the final episode of Exaltwitch. Now.
Oh, yeah, whatever you do. Wow.
So good. So much happened.
Yes. Yes, great recap. I also chose to recap the why do you enter with they each give their reason. Like it's important.
See Twitter.
Yes.
Please see Twitter. Yeah. The SAS fuel. What was
It's real.
play the game was you and me,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
guys
tried.
tried.
but you were done. Yeah, it was all very close.
I'm happy with my choices.
I was trying to remember if it was. Oh, I knew there was an elevator in here.
If that had been
Probably my favorite moment.
the play of the game.
Jorek fall into a vat of chemicals. Oh
I
no.
know. No.
The mirror. The mirror.
I believe he started at session 10, so that would be 48. So there's one that he comboed together, so maybe 47. 46, because this is 48.
He's got one more.
Yep.
And we will play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we will.
Do we
So
have
it can't
anything
be-
else to take care of?
Nope.
Nope, we did not buy anything.
As instructed.
Hey, John. Just the business. Comma taken care of. That's not great. I tried.
The grid in capital letters, and we're suddenly in the Tron universe.
Yes. Not the only sub.
Is that what everyone thinks is going to happen? Magic Master P, perhaps
You
it
don't
is
have to believe in
their
yourself.
drill that'll
I
pierce the
believe in you.
heavens.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Nice. Find out.
Ours is the drill that will pierce the heavens.
Nice. Premonitory. Possibly.
Yes.
Take a breath in and hold it. And while you're holding your breath, think about how essential this everyday activity is, and yet most of the time we don't think about it. Breathe out. And when you exhale, you are not only allowing yourself to take another breath in, but you are expelling that which your body no longer needs. Breathe in. And understand that creation does the same thing. Breathe out. And it is those who manage to survive who stay on. And yet, every time creation breathes, those who are no longer welcome are expelled. Breathe in. And know that sometimes the body doesn't know what it needs. Sometimes we make the wrong choices. Sometimes we make the wrong choices without even intending to. And breathe out. And understand that it isn't just creation that breathes this way, but those who live in it as well. Breathe in. And understand that the Imperial Manse is the only thing that holds back the wild from creation itself. And a mass of Fae are ready. Breathe out. And know that the Lunar Exalted have also decided, one way or the other, that they want to be the masters of their own fate. Breathe in and know that it's the dragon-blooded who still control everything, even if that's only for another moment. And then hold your breath. Because the Solar Exalted have returned, and there are 3 right now at the center of creation itself, underneath the watchful eyes of Yushan, the watchful eyes of the abyss beneath. Demons, mortals, all of them paying attention to what's happening here, right now, I might be the GM of this game, but I don't know what's going to happen. Only that everything can change in the span of a single breath. But no matter what, it will be determined tonight. Look carefully at the three in front of you, and know that it's going to be their choices, their actions, that will determine how this entire story ends. All of you are here for this. You may not be ready, but we keep breathing. The three of you are still in the Imperial Manse. Anything for you guys to declare before the Scarlet Empress makes her way to the top platform?
No, I'm watching all fates saved watch Valeria as she reaches for the controls of one of the posts or pyramids, part of the realm defense grid. And I'm watching, second guessing, and then putting those fears aside. This is the right thing to do.
I take a moment to glance down and acknowledge that my spear is far beyond my reach. Instead, remember that I have my old sword by my side, given to me by my hometown. Know that it's still there for me should I need it.
I'm holding on to the Scarlet Empress's ankle,
Yeah.
rocketing up the wall. And knowing that somebody's holding on to my ankle as well, and that it is Starlight Dove.
Not from 500 meters away, Daniel TIE Fighter.
It's also keeping someone alive.
As soon as it technically activating the charm cancels the damage.
Right.
So when I remove it, it's fine. But yeah,
That's good.
Call your spear back and you kill Speaks of Silence.
that's not my understanding of the charm.
Boy.
But it's fine. It's too far anyway.
It is too far.
Rocketing. You can hear this up the side of the wall as it propels her with some kind of energy. It seems like the Scarlet Empress isn't even paying attention to the fact that she's carrying two others with her as she makes her way up. As all the glyphs in the room turn from blue to red, and you can hear a very loud klaxon start to sound as the computers start to shake slightly. Glyphs that are now changing shape into some kind of warning that you can't read. And creation starts to buckle.
The traitorous flame will bring the new age. When all hear his heresy, the challenge begins. The first to forsake creation selects the new rule. One love to ruin, one love to save. The traitorous flame has spoken. Creation has been forsaken.
The Scarlet
time.
Empress rises higher and higher above the platform until she pushes off from the wall and slams down directly into the center. I don't know what you want to do, Ray.
I'm going to let go of her ankle before that happens.
I don't see why
Keep
not.
momentum, sail to wherever you need to sail.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little three-point landing. Just
And she
because.
points directly at Valeria's chest. Is that what you think? Words spoken by madmen determine what's going to happen here? You've put everyone in danger because you want the chance to say who gets to replace me?
You had abandoned everyone There was a power vacuum. The wrong people were going to fill it.
So you
could
decide to
stand.
kill everyone. And she reaches
No.
out with her hand and she grasps a hold of a spear, materializing in midair, and plants it butt first into the ground.
I have an opportunity to make peace with those of the wilds. And if that does not work, I can turn this system back where it was.
No, you can't. You don't get it, do you? The defenses were set up. They're down now. You can't just rebuild a wall after you've blown it up.
Great, and I'll do it the diplomatic way, rather than killing everyone. That may have worked for you, but that's not how I intend to do it.
Your arrogance. Ray, at this point you can land.
Oh, cool. I figured I was kind of chilling.
You're just hovering for.
Yeah. Yeah, so I land and I quickly survey the situation.
You guys can hear a pounding from very, very far away below you.
Oh boy.
And I look inquisitively at Jorek.
Yeah, what?
This
It's
isn't
done.
even a decision all of you made. This is a decision one of you made.
No, I spoke to Jorek. I spoke to all fates.
This is why we came here.
Ray was otherwise indisposed, but I'm
To
glad we-
forsake creation itself. You want to do business with creatures who have no idea what honor or duty is.
If it was so important to you, why did you leave? Why did you give us the opportunity to reach this dais? Why did you only act when it was too late? If it is too late. You're just as responsible for this as any of us standing here, and anyone elsewhere.
I built the wall. I marshaled this technology to respond to me. And you dare to believe that just because I've decided after centuries I needed a break, that you get to determine what happens? You.
Felicity, we are the rightful rulers of creation. You know this.
This prophecy has been around for quite some time. I'm sure it's reached your ears.
Prophecy. Is that what you're going to do? You're going to claim that your right to rule comes from the words of
No.
two people?
No. The right to rule comes from the fact that you had left, with no word of where you were going or if you were ever to return. You gave us the understanding that you would never return. Someone had to take charge. That man that was theoretically the one to take over was not the right choice.
What to tell people.
Are you frightened?
No.
You've unleashed something that creation hasn't had to deal with in a long time, and you're not frightened.
You chose to handle this challenge your way. We're choosing to handle it our way. We will be victorious. We will reunite creation under the banner of the Solar Exalted. That's all there is to this. Now, I suppose it's time for you to make a choice. Are you going to take back control of your manse? Force us to take it from you? And I extend my hand. Or would you like to join the winning side now?
You assume I ever gave up control. And as she drops the manse down, as she drops her spear back onto the ground, the glyphs crackle with the same electricity that you saw take out Sola or Requiem or whatever you want to call her earlier. You can't fight me inside my own home, can you?
We'll do whatever's necessary. You've abandoned creation. Someone has to take care of it.
Abandoned. All right, then. Let me ask you. You who hold this prophecy so dear. That means that you get to choose who next rules. And who is it going to be then? Have you selected? Have you discussed this with your friends?
A selection of all people from all walks of life. Specifics have been ironed out. But
Democracy?
no, it won't only be me. It won't only be the Solars. I refuse to slaughter an entire people just so that I can sit on a throne and be worshipped.
And you don't know the meaning of sacrifice. You don't know the meaning of doing what's needed to be done. And she levels the spear and she points it now at you.
I think I do. People have been trying to kill me from the day that I was chosen. People have killed my friends for nothing more than being in my presence, for nothing more than being of a certain type, for being against a path that they think is right. Those who believe in fate, that believe it's going to go one way or another, have been trying to change this prophecy or enact this prophecy. Sacrifices have been made. Sacrifices will be made. But I will not sacrifice an entire people for my own gain.
Only the one you love. And she looks at the platform, smiles, and jumps backwards off it.
I turn to Val and I just shake my head and jump off the platform as well.
Shit.
Using soaring crane leap to get to the bottom.
I think at this point it would be prudent for everyone to start rolling initiative.
Oh boy.
Great. Okay, half an hour in. Fabulous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Classic.
Okay.
Fine, we gotta get it going now.
Get it.
I have a turn. Let's be active my initiative.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want to
gonna
use it rather than forgetting.
willpower.
Yeah. Oh my god, I've had this for a while apparently.
I suppose maybe I should update the initiative from when,
You don't need to
Ray
drink that.
killed
It's okay.
Ember's dad or mom. Ember's dad.
So close.
No.
So close.
All right, Jorek.
And some friggin' notes on this.
Oh,
Coming up, Johnny.
you haven't rolled it yet.
I'm rolling it right now. Wow!
Valeria?
Sorry,
Scotty,
I'm trying to
Scotty.
find a term.
Hey. 15.
Wow.
Jorek at 15. Ray?
5 sorcerer's notes. Plus 10 that I have. Okay.
15 as well.
No spirit of the fray to help you this time.
Technically, Crosshair, you don't know that.
10 initiative. Oh, and actually, I'm going to use one of the dots from my cult, considering this is the last session. This
Yep.
is an important moment.
That's a straight up success right there.
Yeah, now's the time to start blowing everything you can.
In the go.
So does that mean that you have another roll to make?
No, that's just to replace willpower that I already spent.
Ah.
So
All
total
right.
10.
Initiative stands as follows. Jorek, 15. Ray, 15. Valeria, 10. The Scarlet Empress, 20. Scarlet Empress is currently on her way as fast as gravity can take her down towards the ground, but it'll take her a little while to get there. Ray, you've jumped off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Ray, your action first.
So I'm using soaring crane leap. I imagine that's going to take my full action, but I'm just basically heading down towards the ground, but in a safe manner for myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Safety first, folks.
Safety first.
Jorek?
Looking out over the edge.
I forgot to roll for someone.
Oh.
All fate saved is still there.
Conveniently brought with us.
All fates and possibly anyone else around.
Well, they're currently still almost a kilometer from the fighting, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
All Fate Saved has an initiative of 14.
John, what distance am I at now, currently, to the Scarlet Empress before she gets into extreme long range?
9.8 meters per second squared times.
I love this guy. Okay.
You are what?
No, that's fine.
You're approximately 10 meters away from her at this point.
Okay, so it's still like sort of short distance. I'm going to try. I'm gonna draw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna aim. I'm gonna eye the next platform down. Realize that if I jump, I ain't coming back. So I'm not doing it yet. And fire a hail of arrows down around the Scarlet Empress to try to get her to sort of tumble rather than fall, you know? Like, I know she's falling, but just to throw her off her balance a little bit. So,
all right, that's a withering attack. You figured that out.
There we go.
Ray, you're on your way down. Val.
Yeah. Can I eat a pork bun on my way down and invoke Dew of Morning Restoration?
Yes. Val.
Yes.
All Fate Saved reaches her hand out, or rather the War Strider's hand.
Yeah. I'm going to get onto it if that seems to be what the gesture implies.
She jumps off the platform.
Oh, fuck!
Unless you want to come with her. You can still move, Jorek.
No, I'm gonna stay.
Interesting. All right.
See how that goes for me.
So, you're currently at short distance, Jorek, from the Scarlet Empress as you fire.
Yep. Coming up. 3 success.
I'm now at 13 initiative, by the way, because that charm costs 2 initiative.
Okay.
All right, sorry, John. Here we go.
I know what Starlight Stuff's doing.
Oh, thank God. Oh, guys, I just saw like ones for a second on an attack. I'm not sure what her defense is when she's falling, but I scored 5 successes.
At the moment, she isn't parrying.
Okay.
And since she can't really twist out of the way as easily while she's falling, her defense is 4. So you have 1 success. Go for it.
1 threshold. Thank you.
Starlight Dove has turned her attention to the actual controls.
Oh, shit.
Does, do you have any soak?
Oh yes.
Oh.
Her soak currently sits at 30.
Motherfucker!
I'll just go ahead and die. All right, here we go. Yeah, I got a success.
All right.
1.
That's going to be round. So regain 5 motes.
Yay.
Scarlet Empress is currently at 19, Jorek at 17. All Fate Saved at 14, Ray 13, Valeria 10. Scarlet Empress is still falling as she turns up and sees Ray starting to head down, and she just takes the spear in her hand and launches it directly in Ray's direction.
All right, Liz. Now's the time when you remember how to fight. Great. Okay.
What do I do with these?
So, Liz, you can't, unless you have charms that let you be able to dodge in midair, you can try to parry this or catch the spear, but you can't use dodge to evade.
So I see it plummeting towards me, and I'm just I'm putting up my hands in a defensive motion, and I just want to knock the spear away and out of her grasp.
Add 1 to your defense. What is it?
6, but I'm going to make it more. Can I know what she's rolling right now?
She's rolling her throne. She's going to end up rolling 30 dice on this.
Jesus Christ.
This is a withering attack.
What? I guess I should be useful.
1 second.
You're fighting her in her manse. She gets bonuses for this.
Yeah, whose bright idea was this, Val?
Technically, it was hers, actually.
That's true.
I don't know. Val's riding a war strider down.
Charge into the manse and try to do the thing.
That is true.
You're right. You're right, Val. I apologize. That was uncalled for. Let's also do
Danger.
high voltage.
High voltage.
Let's also do.
Val, as you're falling, All Fates looks down and you can hear her. I don't know if we'll be able to penetrate her defenses this way.
Do you have other thoughts?
I am not a strong enough fighter for this.
I think you are.
Not like this. And she hits the eject button on the War Strider.
Oh.
I'm going to attempt to climb into the cockpit.
Whoa, shit.
While it's falling, I love
Yeah.
it. You're just like, oh, shit.
All Fate saved, having managed to rocket herself out of the ejection seat, is now catching up to Ray.
That's pretty cool. Oh, she's doing the skydive, like,
Yeah.
push.
Okay, so my my parry, is now at 13.
Excellent.
Good.
It's not going to be enough.
No, but
my
it's
initiative's
good.
down to 9.
That's a hell of a parry.
It's not bad, but I don't think it's 30 dice.
And raise down one.
Again.
One more time. Oh.
12 successes.
No. So
Does that
So
to
what did
hit,
you do
or to
with the-
damage or to withering, or is that what was that?
She
So
just
So I
successfully...
managed to knock the spear away. It didn't hit me.
Okay, nice.
So
You defended.
the spear feels unimaginably heavy as you manage to beat it away from your body. Flecks of pork buns just like flying out of your mouth.
they're flex, Liz. It's fine.
Whew. Whew.
Oh crap. There. Sorry, the now playing was not
Displaying.
set correctly. It is now.
I brought it up to 13, Magic Master.
Oh.
Oh, jeez Louise.
All right. So that puts Jorek at the next initiative.
Before I try to get my ass downstairs, I'm gonna run over to Starlight Dove at the controls, like grab her by the elbow and just look at her. What's happening? What is it doing?
Valeria succeeded. The boundaries between the wild and creation are falling, and Fae are entering en masse outside.
Well,
You have a decision to make, Jorek. We either fire on them from here, or we find our way to talk to them. But they're going to engage the soldiers out there 10 seconds.
fast are they moving? John, is there a way to get up to the roof of the manse from here?
Yes, there is. I can get you there.
We're going to find a way to talk. And it's going to be me.
She reaches out and snares Jorek and pulls him close to her. And she lets one of her sleeves rip and she flings it up into the air and it spirals up, 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 and then latches and then tugs once or twice. No going back from this.
We do what we must.
And she tugs. The two of you are rocketing up while Ray and Valeria are rocketing down. All Fates manages to put her feet against Ray's, and she crouches and with a jump of her own pushes hard, letting Ray fall faster.
Oh no.
And she goes up, and then she, with one hand, snags onto the War Strider to continue falling. Valeria, it is your action. As it stands, Ray is going to approach the Scarlet Empress on her initiative and will be within distance. Still falling.
Can I get into the War Strider?
Yes.
I
You
would
hear
like-
a pleasant voice.
I'm going to do my best to control it to land right next to Speaks of Silence.
What's your ride?
2, I do believe.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yes.
I'm going to have you roll your wits ride, please.
Div 10. Just joking.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
That's enough. Round. 5 motes. Oh, sorry, Ray. No, you have an action.
Take those back. Take
I
those
was
back.
like, oh great, moats. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm rocketing towards her at tremendous speed. Did you say the walls were crackling, or was it the platform that was
The
crackling?
walls are crackling.
Okay, so I am going to try to, because this works with physics, kick her into the wall and into the electricity.
It's fine.
So if you kick her towards the wall,
Yeah.
it'll send you in the opposite direction, so you may land on a platform.
Cool.
All right.
I'll do that.
You can roll.
I suppose this would, yes, this is a withering attack. Let's carry over some OP. We've got some onslaught penalty. If you want to move on to the next person, John, if
All
you're
right.
able to.
Just so
This
that
is
you know, it's a withering attack. Her defense is currently sitting at 10.
Okay. thank you.
Round. Now you may regain your 5 except for Ray.
Oh,
I had.
We're going to go for Jorek first.
mm-hmm.
Jorek, you can see that at the top of the manse, there's her sleeve, which has been extended, is now plastered against the top. There's no hole though.
We're just friggin' going for it, eh? On our way up, I'm gonna say a little prayer to whatever God I believe in, the unconquered sun, or me, whatever. I'm gonna
This guy.
holding on to her. Oh shit! How am I gonna do this? I take final beat in that hand, take an arrow, pour some essence into it, and I'm gonna use force without fire to try to put enough force into it to punch through the top of the man's.
All right.
Fire one hand, I guess.
No, she's holding you. You don't have to hold her.
Oh, great. Here we go. Yeah. I'll spend motes for that here.
Yep. The top of the manse explodes outwards, and the first thing you notice, Jorek, is that the sky, which used to be blue, is now a very distinct shade of lavender.
Well, that sounds nice.
Liz?
Fistfuls of dice.
Yes,
It's a lot
and
of
I'm
them.
activating Ox Stunning Blow
Because of course you are.
because of course I am.
Is that one here? No. We'll find out.
Just double check that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it can only be soaked by her stamina.
Okay. So you rolled 11, which means that you basically got one threshold success.
Yeah. What is her stamina, please?
Her stamina is 6.
Okay, so that's 4.
So you'll tell me what the change will be?
Yeah. Okay, so I gain 4 initiative, 4 plus 1, so that's 5 initiative.
Okay.
4 plus 1 is 5. Thank you, Liz. Good job.
Yeah.
Got it.
And she is down 2 defense and -2 to all of her dice pools until the onslaught penalty wears off.
Okay.
It's actually 28 dice.
Look, I'll take what I can
Way
get.
better than nothing.
And now I'm getting
All
my
right.
footnote.
So Jorek has taken his action. All Fate Saved is currently falling. She's just readying a weapon. Valeria, you see the Scarlet Empress is... she lands on the ground, and then you land immediately after... Or sorry. Blah, blah. Yeah, she lands on the ground, not quite making it to the glyphs. Ray also does not make it onto a platform, so she's continuing to fall. Scarlet Empress lands. You land almost immediately afterwards, then Val, but you are between the Scarlet Empress and Speaks of Silence.
I am? Or Val is?
No, Val is.
Okay.
That was her roll from last. So the Scarlet Empress turns, and with a mutter, she just takes 2 fingers and presses them directly towards Ray's midsection. Your defense?
So she's doing this. Does it look like she's about to cast a spell?
No, this is a martial arts attack.
Oh, we're close to each other.
You're still close to each other, yes.
You landed too, did you know?
Yeah, but I thought I was pushed away from her.
That was a
realized
withering attack.
Yeah.
So you pushed her, but it wasn't enough to pull you too far apart.
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she still got -2 to all of her actions and stuff like that. Like all of that is still true.
No, it was my imagining what was happening. Let us. So I see that, and I'm just gonna try to leap up in the air, straight up to get
Add
away
1 to your
from
defense. What's your defense currently?
Here we go.
Remind me what her initiative is right now.
15. Yours is 14.
Oh, it's 14. Okay.
It was at 9. You gained 5 last round. And remember that you should have regained 5 motes.
Yep, I did. Thank you.
Okay.
How much is she rolling?
I don't know, Magic.
Another pool.
She's
of
rolling
20
another 30 dice.
28? Or did she
Yes.
make up for it?
Yeah, 28.
Hey, that's 2 dice.
Okay. All right, so that is going to be...
Oh my god, Gabriel, Jesus.
While you're figuring this out, Valeria, you're next on deck. All fate saved isn't going to land before you, so because she ejected.
So, if I land, then I would like to attempt to through the what's it called? The machine.
War Strider.
War Strider.
Well, here, think about it, because it's not your action yet. Ray,
Yeah.
did you figure out your defense?
Yeah, it's 11.
Okay, here we go.
So, goodly amount.
That sucked.
For you?
That made up for it. And then 2 dice down.
I'm out of the... Guys, I'm not going to get killed in this. Well,
No.
Yeah, the
No.
rest of
17
the
successes.
19?
17.
Oh, 17. Okay.
And you were at 11?
yeah.
I need to know, of the people who are currently inside the Imperial Manse, who do you have a positive intimacy tie to of major or better?
Speaks of Silence. Starlight Dove is gone.
yeah.
Also, she was minor. Ember. All Fates. Val. Is that everybody?
Jork's out.
Jorek's out. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You're not taking any damage, Ray.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Valeria,
indeed.
what's your soak?
That's what I thought.
Yay!
My standard soak is 8. If I have any means to, I don't think I can up my soak. I think I can reduce damage.
Yeah, with...
This is still a withering attack. It's not a... All right. So this is going to be...
I'm going to reduce the raw damage by 2.
Okay.
3 modes. And I'll wait until the attack roll is made for my next one.
All right. So, Liz, if I have that correctly, I have Ember, Valeria, Speaks of Silence, All Fates Saved.
Yeah.
Those are the 4.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so Valeria, you're currently looking at taking 10.
Okay.
And
I can-
this will crash you if you do not reduce it.
Yeah, hold up. I
Woof.
can up my soak. Mhm.
10 initiative, all the bishops.
10. Wow.
Sorry, I'm just trying to understand this.
All right. While you're figuring that out, Jorek.
Sorry.
Yes.
So you're currently soaring just high above the sort of pyramid that makes up this manse, and you can see that all of the assembled dragon-blooded soldiers who are down have all of their weapons out and ready, and above and below, you can feel the crawling and flying of those who are from beyond the wild on their way in.
Well,
So
I mean,
above you and below you, there are armies massing, and you're currently midair.
I love it. I'm gonna motion to Speaks of Silence to Starlight Dove to, unless she can slow our descent with her sleeves, to put us down on top of the manse. While she's doing that, I'm gonna.
She lands with both her feet on either side of the top of the pyramid that you just blew apart, and she has to do a somewhat severe splits in order to do it, but she succeeds.
I love it. Hopping down, not back into the hole, onto the roof. I draw another arrow with Final Beat,
Yep.
light it up with essence, and fire it up into the sky. I'm going to spend some motes of peripheral essence on a read intentions action. What am I talking about here? Where is it? On Wise-Eyed Courtier method, so I can spend peripheral motes to, glow.
Okay.
To read intentions on both armies that are massing. I mean, I know what's going on, but it's more for
All right.
this.
You roll that. Kate?
Great.
So I'd like to raise my soak by 3, which would bring my soak up to 11. I
Okay.
can do this after the attack, before the damage.
No problem.
So my soak is up to 11. I've reduced the raw damage by 2, which
Yes.
removed 2 dice. And then I'm waiting for her roll to remove dice based on how many ones she rolls.
So she did roll. I have the roll still here.
Okay.
She got, after you
damage-
reduced by 2, the raw
Yeah.
damage by 2, she got 10 successes on you.
Oh, I didn't know it was successes. I didn't know she had rolled.
Oh, it was
yet. I
dice
thought
that you're looking at.
Huh?
It was dice that you needed to know?
So I was reducing 2 dice.
Yes, which I did.
Okay, and then from her roll, once the damage is dealt, I can reduce
Yes.
however many ones she has up
Okay.
to 5.
So the damage is dealt.
Yeah.
There are 3 ones showing.
Then I'm going to spend 3 motes and remove 3 ones.
Okay,
3
so your
damage.
initiative is currently at 3,
Yeah.
and that reduces the amount of initiative that she'll gain.
Yeah.
So that puts her initiative now up to 42.
Sorry, I thought it was 10 dice, not
Yep.
10 successes.
Okay. So Ray, it is now your action.
Okay.
You don't feel anything, but you can feel Val and Ember, who is still down here and looking. He was originally pressed against the door, which is pounding inwards. You see that he staggers along with Valeria
Okay.
and all fates. Speaks of Silence has no initiative to steal because she's dead.
Why?
The spear's in her.
Oh.
So she won't. She's not dead, but she's, for all intents and purposes, for combat, is dead.
Okay. I was like, what did I miss?
We're gone for a bit.
So Ray, it is your action. After
Okay,
that,
okay.
it's Valeria's.
All right. First, let's carry on that onslaught penalty. It's up to 2. Woo! Then I am going to attack. I am going to attack with ferocious jab using my because I see Ember stagger, so I'm fighting for him. So the number of dice to damage will be increased, but that's not yet.
That's fine.
So let's do this thing.
All right. While you're
Oh, yeah.
figuring that out, Val,
And how I attack? Oh, damn it, Liz! Try for stunts.
sure, you can describe how. I'm just making sure that we keep this going.
Yeah.
So
Which one?
Ray first.
Okay. Let out a snarl and go to shoulder check her into the wall, pressing her into her own electricity.
Okay. Val.
I'm going. I would like to remove the spear from Speaks of Silence, which, according to the activated evocation, should cancel all damage dealt by the spear, unless you want to roll otherwise, in which case I can use healing magic.
It cancels all damage from the spear that you did.
Let me read it so that you can judge based on what you.
Okay.
If I would kill someone with the dire lance, use this to do the following: prevent all damage dealt by the attack, render the subject unconscious, and prevent subject from dying until it's removed, basically.
Right. Except what you had to do was you had to impale her with the spear and then drain her of all of her blood. So technically the damage from the spear has already been nullified and then you drained her of her blood.
Okay.
So she currently doesn't have enough blood to survive if you pull the spear out. Now,
Okay.
if you can give her 1 health level back,
So what I'm going to do then is use... Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I'm ready with the amount of essence. It is Anodyne of Celestial Healing. It nullifies all damage. She can act. If she acts, though, it will give me a -1 to everything.
Okay.
It gives her the feeling that she can act. So I do that as I
Alright.
remove the spear,
okay.
as I make contact with her body.
All right, Ray. First
what's
it's
your
Ray, then it's Val. So Ray, your action?
So her defense, keeping in mind the -2 from Ox Stunning and the -2 onslaught penalty, what is it at?
Her defense currently is sitting at 7, and remember that you have 2 extra dice.
Oh,
for your stunt.
Thanks.
7.
$12.
All right. Roll your bones. Valeria, so as you reach down with the War Strider itself, you can feel the essence pour through the hand.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pull the spear from her, Speaks of Silence looks entirely pale, but you can hear from the speakers from inside the War Strider, her heart is beating slowly. She still needs blood, but she's alive.
And then I'm going to... Ray is currently fighting the Scarlet Empress.
Yes.
And Ember's at the doors trying to keep them closed.
Ember's trying to keep the doors closed, yes.
Ember, I need to speak to the people.
Oh.
I see. And he turns away and starts rushing away from the door towards where Ray is. Ray.
Set myself between the doors and Ray and Scarlet Empress, but keeping my eye on what's going on in this fight.
You can't just yet. Your action has been taken.
One
You'll have to
step.
do that next round. Okay, Ray. Your
What's
roll.
her soak?
Her soak is current. This is without. It's not just her stamina that she's soaking with.
Correct.
25.
Damn it. I think I can do it.
Oh, sorry, 23.
Okay. Two.
Okay.
Yay!
So Ray, your initiative is now up to 17. The Scarlet Empress is at 40. It's All Fate's saved turn now.
40.
Let's just keep it going.
All Fate's saved is going to use a gambit to try to push her against the wall.
Okay.
And will fail.
Oh.
No.
So All Fates rushes up and just with her fists drives both of them into the Scarlet Empress's chest. She takes one step back and then she pushes forward with her hips and her shoulders, pushing All Fates saved on her back foot. Round. 5 motes. Scarlet Empress first. Oh, nope, sorry, I have to roll initiative for Ember. Oh, crud.
Oh.
Ember's initiative is 5.
He's just like, "Muh?"
And Eyes Alight.
Oh, eyes alight.
Oh no.
Oh no. Everybody just leave alone.
She may seem cute and little. Maybe
I
she's
hope
super
so.
Eyes Alight is
strong.
at 7.
I packed a picnic for us, so I really hope.
That's very cute.
And we're going to take a short break.
Already?
Oh,
I have to pay.
Okay.
Stress
Yes, I can-
pig.
Yep, do it.
I'm really hoping we both start trying to talk at the same time. We do the like, Pete, but could you? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to talk over.
Oh,
Very funny.
no. Whether or not they listen to me, I am at 3 anima. I need to clarify with John whether or not it's the same scene as last session. Whether or not, because I still have terrifying apparition of glory active from when I tried to scare off Tepet
Right,
Shaw
I
last
remember.
session. If it's the same scene,
Mhm.
then I can activate my next thing,
Oh boy.
which
Oh,
as
these.
soon as the doors open, they will all the normies will be scared and run off. And
Okay.
then I can activate Countenance of Vast Wrath, which I can pick one target to scare off. But basically, the point of this action,
Yeah.
it would get rid of my anima,
Right.
whether or not I care to. But if there was one target that I needed to like really, which honestly would probably be the Scarlet Empress.
Mhm.
But anyway, floodgates open, scary, glowing, frightening solar, and then you can go ahead and talk to them. Anyone who doesn't run away.
Talk. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Teamwork.
we'll see what. Yes, we'll see what happens. Certainly, like I have a, I have a plan, and we'll see how it goes.
Kung Fu Fenris, because we don't have, as far as we know, there's no like built-in pew pew lasers. But Val didn't spend much time in the War Strider learning how to use it. She's just like,
That's true.
I can use my own weapon, so I've pulled out my spear.
Oh no, you weren't. Oh no, you. Yeah, I think you
were
witnessed the
downstairs.
weapons test or whatever, where it had like all those artifact weapons. Those that had like glowy versions of weapons.
I wasn't
You weren't
downstairs.
there, right?
I was killing and saving Starlight Dove.
Oh yeah. You do a lot of that these days, eh? Sorry,
Murder save. Sounds like Val. I will spend all the willpowers.
Did I miss anything interesting?
Scott was just saying that, like, if I open the doors and he's at the roof, we might both start to talk over each other. But my first action isn't going to talk. So we'll see.
That's assuming that you can get out.
Yep. Maybe. Well, I don't necessarily have to get out if the doors are open.
The doors aren't.
But if they open. So far, so.
You didn't think it was going to be easy, did you?
No.
No, Kate, the answer is, for a second there, yeah. I kind of did.
No. Sorry, John. You haven't fooled me that much.
I can't bring the Kill Bill into this?
Not at the moment. 10K stick? For what it's worth, I'm looking up charms that I never printed out on my phone. But now that you mentioned 10K stick, I must know. Not in my feed. Let us see. Hashtag Exalted. Ah.
You're concerned? Doesn't that seem like the best way to resolve a fight? Oh, someone is going to die. Well.
I'm the chess master. Want to play a game?
Yes. And now you get a place of honor.
But Spaced Out Lily, that's what happened to Summer Blaze as well. They got up to like 30-40 initiative. 1 HKs, man. That's the best. That's basically the only way to deal with super high powered solars at this point.
Yep. Just kill them once.
Well,
What?
yes,
No,
but
but,
also because otherwise, you deal like 12 damage and they soak 11 of it. So you're just chipping away at them. You really need to.
Or
build it
you'll
up.
heal it or whatever.
Mhm.
There's no kill like over.
Daniel
What
TIE Fighter, I
character?
took everything from scratch.
Oh, no, buddy. Come here. Come here, Ripley. I'm gonna need something to help me with this next bit. Oh. Oh.
Y'all want to pet her paws. Floofy, bring us luck.
You gonna bring us luck?
Are we ready?
I guess so. Yes.
Yeah.
Probably not, yeah. Oh, I have not been writing notes. Oh.
Okay. Well, it's the last session. You can read things. Also, most of it's combat based.
Yeah, that's true.
So unless you detail each of our charms, it's not too much to actually write down.
That's true.
The Scarlet Empress starts to circle with her back to the wall itself so that she's moving towards the doors.
The front door?
Yes.
That was.
And
her
what is it
action?
that you'll do with this power? What do you honestly think that you can accomplish beyond peace?
I'm not even certain we can create total peace. But I'd like to counteract the chaos that this world has been thrown to in the last 5 years and put an end to the slaughter that has gone on for the last several hundred.
You counteract chaos by tearing down the walls between creation and the wild?
Sometimes you have to cause trouble to prevent it in the future.
And she turns and she places her hand against the door itself and channels once more, and the door lights up with the same electricity that you see that the glyphs have.
John, does this count as the same scene as last session? When we were in the... climbing up towards the top?
No, enough time has
Okay.
passed.
Okay.
Well, it depends. Did you do it at the very end of the session?
Whenever I activated my scare off Tepet Kenshaw after I poked at him with my
It's
spear.
like 2/3, 3/4.
Yeah. It's up to you.
No, that's still on cooldown.
Long, far enough ago? Okay, that's fine.
Jorek.
Yep. So, in addition to firing an arrow just sort of made of pure brilliant essence out into the ether, I also sort of channeled my essence through my senses to take in a giant read intentions action on both of these armies.
Right, that was last round. We never actually got around to it.
I got 9 successes.
9 successes? All right. The Dragon-Blooded are most intent on destroying what they think is the source of the Fae showing up, which is you.
I mean, they're not wrong.
The Fae is most intent on destroying what they think is the source of their imprisonment, which is them.
Right.
Full
So,
eradication. Full
Okay.
eradication.
Destroying
No.
them. Okay.
Oh, Ripley! Ripley! Oh, is she trying to do something cute like eat our web camera?
No, she's right near the webcam, so.
Yeah.
Can you?
Do we have the
quick-
spray bottle
quick
here?
moment, Johnny boy. Oh, you're gonna do it.
Nasty little.
How
They
dare
just-
she be such a cutie?
An hour before dinner time, they love to cause trouble. As Liz is doing this,
That's right.
I'm going to channel as much of my essence into my voice as possible, having not tried to do this before. So I can... Sorry. So I can, raise my voice out to as many people as possible. I just kind of spread my eyes. Well, we fucked it up. All right. So I spread my arms out wide, hold up my hands, and start to speak. Denizens of creation,
You realize the Fae aren't denizens of creation.
comma, denizens of the wild.
Oh,
Okay.
well done.
Nailed it. You've arrived just in time for a new era, one which you will all be a part of, one for which none of you have to die. You all want to end your imprisonment. I motion to the Fae. It ends today. You want to retain control of your power here in creation. You will share it, but that stays as well.
All right, I'm going to have you...
Bargain.
That's Did you actually say I've come to bargain?
I've come to bargain, yes. I'm not going to say Dormammu, but yes, I've come to bargain.
All right. I'll have you roll your charisma presence with 2 extra dice. Going back inside, the Scarlet Empress standing in front of the doors. She's readying an action. It isn't quite clear what it is yet. The person who has initiative currently is Ray.
Cool. So I'm at the platform above her. She had jumped down. Her hand is pressed against the door. Is that correct?
You're on the ground floor.
I am on the ground floor now.
Yes.
So I want to try to break her contact with the door.
Mhm.
So I am going to run towards her with my fists out, and I want to punch her arm away specifically. Like, I want to break that
Okay.
chain. The withering attack, and as I'm running, just like yelling at her, I'm not doing a social action. You can't have it both ways. You know, you can't leave and take a vacation and then come back when you don't like what's going on.
Okay.
Bullshit.
2 dice.
I don't think she went to the beach or whatever. But...
Kind of did. Just chilling here, Skirl. Okay.
Val, what is your action going to end up being?
I think I'm going to try something social versus the Scarlet Empress.
Okay. All Fates Saved is going to act before you.
Yeah.
Then Ember. Or sorry,
Yeah.
then Isolate, then Ember. You actually act last.
Yeah.
Your
exactly.
initiative is 3.
Why I'm starting to write things down and put it together. I'm not there yet.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm also flipping off my smash fists as I'm doing this. So as I'm running, just
Too good for your artifact weapon.
no. The overwhelming was. Oh no! Wait, sorry. No, I'm keeping.
Oh shit! I flipped him back on.
Hold that thought.
All right, Jorek, we'll go back to you.
Yay.
So I got 12 successes on. I spent willpower. I spent notes. I got 12 successes. On charisma presence. In that moment.
So, as you do that, you see that there is a commander who is pointing up at you and trying to get archers to isolate you. Now, you are a very far way away, so their arrows wouldn't be able to reach you, but they're definitely ready to do so if they so chose.
As long as people can hear me from here, I'm not going nowhere yet.
And then you see one figure float slightly down, and Illuma looks at you. Bargain. You've come here to bargain.
This is the center. The center of what was once creation, with the wild kept out.
And who are you to bargain? In what position are you now, Jorek? You may be Quill of the Sun, but do you speak for all creation now?
When I speak, creation listens.
Okay, we're going to put you on hold. Going back to Ray.
What's her defense at with an overwhelming, with an onslaught penalty of 3 and the -2 from before?
Now her defense is at 6.
I have that. Sorry.
Great.
Yeah, come through. This is all a big ploy. I'm just gonna kill them all right now. Be great.
That's 14.
Okay. Her soak is currently still at what did I say it was before? Because I had to reduce it 23.
Is it?
Okay.
Valeria, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to be attempting to persuade. I haven't chosen all of the charms, but my action is a persuade action against the Scarlet Empress. You turned your back on creation. You knew what we were here to do. Perhaps you doubted our ability to succeed, but I think you wanted to see what we would do. Witness our next step. And I'm playing on her intimacy, which I know she has, of she will see that the Solars get a shot.
Well done. Prepare your roll.
Yeah.
Ray?
I love it.
That is 1 success.
1 success beats no successes.
It is.
And
it
you
does.
are also accumulating that onslaught penalty. Your initiative is now up to 19.
Okay.
Fine.
All Fate Saved rushes over to where Speaks of Silence is and starts pulling her away from where the fighting is. Eyes Alight looks up and she looks at Valeria and gives her a very small smile and an encouraging nod. Valeria, you can add 6 dice to this action.
Oh my goodness.
What happens if she grins? Just a little smile. Imagining one of these.
The Scarlet Empress reaches out and she attempts to close her fist, or close her hand, I should say, around Ray's neck.
It's a big neck. I don't think a big neck.
You're saying Ray has a big neck?
Well, like, it's not a scrawny one.
Well, she's pretty small.
Yeah, but she's got, like, freaking muscles out to here right now, probably.
Ray, what's your defense?
What is her pool?
Currently, her pool is sitting at, with -2, 22.
Okay. What, Scott?
It's an honest body neck. That's all. No, not you. You're in a fight for your life. I literally just got out of there so I could get into something more dangerous. Well, not more dangerous, but not bad.
Okay. First off, I'm gonna activate Iron Kettle Body.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm like hardcore blazing anima.
I'm pretty sure that everybody right now is just blazed out of their minds.
Good.
Hot.
Session 58, everybody. Blazed out of our...
Okay, that's cool.
Oy.
That is cool. Let's also up.
It's fine, Bobblehead. If you can't talk about Ray's neck, what's the purpose of freedom, really? Right?
Okay, my dodge is going to be 8.
What?
My
Okay.
initiative is at 13. And I've activated Iron Kettle Body.
Mm-hmm.
So once the attack rolls, we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. That's later.
Oh yeah, and I'm aiming to just go do like a back bend like the Matrix.
16 successes.
Sounds good. So, my soak is 5. That can be taken out.
Your soak doesn't matter.
Okay, so,
You're not taking any damage from this.
oh. Okay. Yeah, I know. Can I had to spend the motes on this attack before it was rolled. Like, are those motes just wasted then, or?
No,
Like-
you can get those back.
So Iron Kettle Body, when an attack is directed at me,
Oh yeah.
but before
The attack is still directed at you.
So, okay, so this can still apply even if
Yes.
it's damaging someone else?
It's
Cool.
not damaging you, but the attack was directed at you.
All right, so for 1 round, all post-soak withering damage is halved, so that amount will be halved.
Okay.
Any ones on that successful attack roll? Are there, John?
There were a few. I did not
Oh.
count them.
Sorry. That subtracts from her initiative to a max.
I will
of-
say that there's 3. That's the
and it gives
average.
it to me.
Yeah.
So,
So-
I get, and that is that.
But this is also
So
is
every-
not a withering attack.
Oh,
Does it do something against decisive attacks?
well then I have a different term for that.
All right.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm lost. Sorry. I should have asked what kind of attack that was before
All right.
before I assumed it was withering. Diamond Body Prana, it expired.
So
It was active and I never reacted.
her hand moves towards your neck. And then just as it manages to touch it, you can feel the electricity flow from the door into your body. And now you are crackling with the same electricity, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything to you.
Oh
And Ember stiffens. Val.
You guys got it.
Is her resolve boosted by any means?
No.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you, lucky hero.
glad somebody did.
Oh, it's you. Oh.
Oh,
20
yeah,
successes in my persuasion attempt.
I get 12. I think I'm on top of the world. You're just like, 20.
Six free dice from what's her face?
Oh yeah.
Her name is Eyes All Right.
From that lady there.
Lady.
She looks up at Ray. And Ray, you can still feel like your body is now locked into her hand. And she just looks at you in your eyes. It's his life. And I need to know whether you would give his life up to defeat me. Why not? When all of creation is at your fingertips, what is one man?
Because where will it end? One life? 2 lives? 50, 100, 1,000? To get to the top. After a while, it all starts to become so easy. I never want anyone dying because of me to feel easy.
It was easy for her.
I'm not her. I'm realizing that more and more every day.
She lets
Yeah.
go of you.
Can contribute.
Ember takes a knee, but he's still breathing.
That's good.
We aren't here to stop you. We're here to save creation. You turned your back. We'll take up the torch.
No. You don't get to judge me so easily. You don't get to judge me when I did what I thought I had to.
Well, you haven't spoken for yourself, so we had to make assumptions.
You know that I could have ended you with a thought.
You didn't, and I appreciate that.
There's an army out there. 2, by my count. Take good care of her for me. And she crouches, puts her hands against the floor, and her body sinks into the manse itself, leaving behind the red dress that she was wearing.
Yeah.
And a single hearthstone, about the size of a fist, lies in its place.
I would like to get out of the War Strider, but I don't know if we're still in initiative order. There's things other people need to be doing.
You're not in combat at this time.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up the Hearthstone.
Are we back in combat?
No.
I'm just getting out of the War Strider.
I'm just checking.
Because it's a surprise attack, you see.
No.
So, you are picking up the Hearthstone?
I'm trying to.
I mean, it's the size of a fist, but it's not that heavy.
I just assume that I'm going to get electrocuted and die immediately. Is that a safe assumption?
It explodes. Dear
All right.
diary, today I
Today?
prepared explosive ruins. Perfect.
The Hearthstone's heavy in your hand. About 2 kilograms. And when you look into it, its color continues to shift from blue to yellow to red to green.
Do I get any senses from it at all? Any little... I'm not sure what it does.
Yeah,
I could attune.
Yeah, I think it's
5?
Oh, it's a special one. It might be different.
Yeah.
that's true.
Do we know how much it would cost to attune this Hearthstone, Mr. John?
It doesn't cost anything to attune to a Hearthstone.
Oh,
Great.
cool.
It would cost something to attune to something that accepts a Hearthstone.
Right. And I don't have anything.
Slot it in your friggin' fists, dude. Yeah, slot it in your fists.
I flip my Smash Fist back on and go,
There's definitely a place for it. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna head to the doors and try to throw them open. Since I haven't been able to hear or see what Jorek's been up to on the roof.
So when you get to the doors, they're still crackling with electricity. Ray, when you socket the Hearthstone, for one moment you hear the voices of every single person who has died inside this manse. Some of whom have been exalted, who have decided to try and brave it. Some of whom were part of the army the Scarlet Empress used to defeat it. Your mother's voice. Tepet Kenshaw. And then it silences.
At hearing my mother's voice, I kind of look around for her because, to the best of my knowledge, she was not dead.
She's not anywhere on the ground floor.
Okay.
Kenshaw is. or at least his smoldering corpse.
There it is.
Boy. Oh boy.
And then all the electricity in the room gathers in you, away from the door on the walls. And for a moment you're charged. And then it sinks within you.
I take a few deep breaths to make sure that it stays down. I also take a half second for the Hearthstone and for all of this crazy power that
You flex.
I'll find in myself. Half second for myself.
Valeria, you're going towards the door?
Yep.
And now the door is no longer charged.
Throw the doors open or pull them open, depending on which direction they
You would pull them open.
pull them open.
So the doors pull open, and the mass of dragon-blooded soldiers who are outside immediately see the door opening, and they start to charge.
Still at full anima. I don't know whether or not the mats contained that at all. As far as their being able to see it. Welcome to the Third Age. We seek to share our rule. Sorry, Scott.
It's so good. That's all I'm writing. Go ahead.
Going to go back to Jorek?
One-eye Jorek.
Damn it.
You came to our home. You conducted yourself admirably, and I gave you a price. Are you now saying that you can deliver? And Illuma threads her fingers, and she gets closer and closer to Jorek.
The price you named was for your loyalty to us. I do not want your servitude. The Fae and the Exalted are partners here in this new creation, order and some chaos together. What I offer to you is not that bargain. That time has passed. What I offer to you is a seat at the table. The same size and sturdiness as mine. Sure is, Liz.
A table. You want me to give everyone here a seat, and not what they've been craving for so long. Is that your bargain?
This is not a threat. This is a truth. If you do not want to work with us, there is a chosen of the unconquered sun in there who controls this manse and its power and its defenses. We will not send you back. We will eradicate you. This is not a threat. This is the truth. Please join me. I do not want to have to destroy you. You're powerful allies, and you will make very powerful friends here in creation.
What's your guile?
Oh boy. Oh, yeah, great. That was a question, eh, John?
Yep.
My guile is 7. Yeah.
All right. Your intimacies towards the Fae, please.
I have... I have a defining intimacy. My legacy is what will truly define me. I have a major intimacy. I will make the most powerful allies. I do not have any intimacies towards any Fae at this point.
Not even Rain After Storm?
Not even
Wow,
Rain
that's
After
surprising.
Storms.
Seems like you would.
No, but like I've been dropping them over.
Valeria.
Yep. Is there any sign of the charge stopping or slowing?
I'm going to ask you to roll. This is your charisma presence. 2 dice, 2 successes.
Yep.
Figure that out. Ray. Instinctively, you now have knowledge on how to use the machines at the very top. You could, if you wanted to, turn the realm's defenses against anyone you chose. No, Val got out of the War Strider.
Yeah, I just do it. Let me just see if anything else is active.
I'm gonna go over to Ember and make sure he's okay.
Oh. This is a form of social influence, which it is.
Ember straightens up. And he kisses Ray once before he moves to stand next to Valeria. And then drops to one knee.
To Val?
Yes.
Okay.
8 successes, assuming that my harmonious presence meditation applies, which is constantly active. Yeah.
Do you control this manse then? Angel of Nexus? And a commander steps out.
Me?
Who, me?
No. But the solars
Then kill
do.
the traitor. And he turns away, and arrows start being aimed not at Valeria, but at Ember.
I'm going to move to guard him. The solars control this manse. He has seen the opportunity for the Dragon-Blooded not to be servants of the Scarlet Empress, but to sit at the table. Equals. I give you the opportunity, and turning towards any Fae that I may or may not see.
The Fae are
I'm
not,
some sense.
they're not visible yet. They're still approaching. Right now, Jorek's got the Fae. You've got the
Okay.
Dragon-Blooded.
Okay.
God is a strong term.
And
I've got
any
the map.
others, be they exalted or not, we're looking to do things right. As they say, third time is the charm. Not just the solars, not just one woman. Many of us. House Tepet sent one man in. Are you going to let one house rule this? Say I, turning to all of the others. Are you going to let
shit.
one exalted type rule this? Or are you going to take this new era and learn what it means to share?
The
burden
armies
and
start to
successes.
turn on each other. No one's swinging a sword yet, but you're now no longer seen as the ultimate threat.
Yeah. And hopefully also Ember.
Yeah, but they might. I mean,
Ray?
they don't just fucking kill each other.
Okay, so I instinctively know the controls, and to the best of my knowledge, all that the Mance can do is destroy a large group of people.
The realm's defenses are now under your control.
Okay. And is that essentially like a death ray or something? Like
It's not
how-
clear.
all right. I just know that whatever it is, I can control.
However, there is an empty War Strider in the room too.
That's true. Last time I tried to get in that War Strider, it didn't go so well. And yet, I'm gonna go to the War Strider.
I mean, you do have control over the Imperial Mance of Creations.
All Fate saved steps in front of you. What are your intentions?
Make them listen. Nobody else needs to die today.
I hope so. Ray. If the battle is won, what happens to us?
We keep going. We may be a little more secure in our lives.
I do not have Valeria's tongue or Jorek's wit. I do not know what place there is for me.
I don't have any of that either. I just hit things, and now I'm feeling like I'm making a case to not hit things. I'm feeling very confused. But I do know that you went to the darkest of places, and you came back. And it's not because of us. It's because you have so much strength in you and so much love.
I had lost that love for so long.
It's still there. You said so yourself. Sounds to me like what's next for us is you find her.
No. Love is important. It is what drives me. But I will not let it consume me. I will see you safe. I will see all of you safe. And if I manage to find her, it will be knowing that I have saved the three of you.
3 fates.
All fates.
Including your own.
And she crouches with her hands outstretched to lift you into the War Strider. Back to Jorek.
Hey. Illuma, you've looked deep into the souls of men of exalted men and women, just as I've looked into yours.
What do you want your legacy to be, Jorek? In 1,000,000 years from now, what do you want to be remembered for? A daughter? A
A
deal?
sentence. When people say the name, the sentence that comes to their lips, he held the quill that reforged creation. That is what I want my legacy to be. And you are not just a part of it. You're a part of all of this now.
I will sit at your table. Should you be alive?
It's a big if.
It isn't interesting if there's no chance of failure.
I've come to realize that. Illuma, the road may be hard, but it is the correct one. The one that will take us to a better time. Extend my hand. Sit at my table if I survive.
She reaches out and shakes it.
I'm gonna do the eclipse thing. Sanctify, that's
There we
I
go.
was like, is there a word for that? Is there a word for that?
Valeria,
Eyes swirling. Yes, sanctify.
If you fight, you forsake your seat at the table. Choose your representative wisely. And if I learn that any of you have begun killing to gain this seat, that seat will be forfeit. Return at calibration. Any seat forfeited is gone until next calibration. Go. Consider your options. Consider this new era. And I look forward to sharing this rule with all of you. And I'm going to activate the super thing, the thing that when I'm at bonfire basically acts as a massive intimidate. It is terrifying apparition of glory. It's a threaten action that will cause the vast majority of like low tier enemies to flee. Yeah.
That was my plan.
Well,
They're already
Supernatural
listening
terror upon all who see it. Threaten action.
oh,
No,
no,
penalty,
I understand.
so on and so
okay.
forth.
For one moment, after Valeria's voice echoes across, while Jorek's hand is in that of a fae, there is silence. And in that silence, Ember stands up, and Requiem dies. Ray, what are you doing?
Well, I don't know that the army's listening to Val, so I'm still getting into the War Strider.
Oh, you're into the War Strider.
Great. I want to walk the War Strider over to the door. Just checking to see if I need to do any crowd control.
Hello, do you need
But
some?
behind the burning pillar of fear,
Yeah,
a giant mecha
Yeah.
walks up behind
and just crosses
flexes.
its arms and shakes its head very slowly.
Apparently it's totally silent, but I prefer it to sound like it's rusty and mechanical.
Where do you go from here?
Who's asking who? Sorry.
I'm asking you, the three of you. For a moment, there is peace.
Okay, you mentioned that Requiem died. Am I aware of this, and do I know why?
Well, I don't know if you're aware of it yet.
Yeah.
You're currently staring at a whole bunch of other people.
I'm waiting to see if they do anything.
Everybody starts filing away from the square.
I'm going to be watching until it's empty. However long that takes.
The Fae start to
That's
return to the wild itself. Except for Illuma. Ray?
I'm standing and watching them leave. If there's any signs of another fight or more hostilities, I'm going to take action, but it seems that it isn't.
Izolite walks forward and takes Valeria's hand.
Your kind will have a seat at the table as well.
No. I don't know whether we'll be able to accept it. It's our fault that this happened originally. And there are still many who will believe that this is the wrong course of action. But this is the hardest part after the victory. This is where you've committed the rest of your life.
The rest of my life was committed the day I was chosen. Now, I finally am in a position to do more than run and hide because people are trying to kill me for being what I am. Now I can end that. For everyone.
There will still be moments where you will lose yourself. You are still cursed. There will still be moments where you will have to rely on those around you to
This is
stop you
why-
from doing something horrible.
We are not going to stand alone. That's why none of us have declared ourselves the ruler. That was the fatal error of the Second Age. Hope that we can do better this time around. With friends. With what I hope will one day be new allies.
Requiem is gone.
At that, I will turn and look towards where she fell.
You see her, and she has a knife embedded into her sternum. It doesn't take much for a skilled physician such as yourself to realize that she did this herself.
Her soul is free. I hope it returns soon.
It's important. It's important to know that that was not Sola. But I know that you cared for her all the same.
Just another monument to erect. In the name of someone who was lost in this terrible fight. And as much as I would wish that there will be no more, I've learned that it won't be the last. Nowhere near it.
You hear coughing.
Well,
I'm turning the War Strider back to the mats.
A few... Sorry, go ahead.
I want to, at hearing that, I'm turning the War Strider back to the mats. Once I'm inside, I'm getting out of the War Strider.
It speaks of silence, Valeria.
As I'm climbing out, I'm like, yeah, did you forget about her for just a second there, Val?
I can't put myself in front of the world.
Is she just another step in the ladder for you?
She pulled that spear into her own throat.
I'll bet you had nothing to do with it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think she's very aware of the sacrifices involved in leadership. It won't be easy. Not now. Not ever.
No,
But I trusted her.
that's not why I did it.
I trust you all.
I did it because you told me to. And because I knew I would make it. Come on, Ray. You should know by now. I'm a survivor.
It's not the way I would have liked to have done things. But then again, what has been the way we've wanted to do things?
Good point.
She tries to get to her feet and collapses back
I'm
down
going
to her
over
hands
there.
and knees.
Just don't get up. So let's rest.
Ray. I need you to listen with your special ears.
I will activate them.
I'm out of the world.
And she whispers something so low that unless Valeria has her own charms, she can't hear.
Oblivious.
It's hard to be a soldier because you have to follow orders. It's hard to be a lover because you have to understand your own heart. To be both, I have to learn forgiveness.
I don't understand. I'm whispering back. I don't understand how you can forgive her that. As I don't know if I can.
Because I could have given my life. I would have given my life to see her succeed. Even if she was the one to take it. She stopped whispering, by the way. So, Val, you could hear that last one. Because as much as I'm a survivor, I am stupidly committed to the idea that maybe it's time for you guys to have another shot, and that might be bigger than me or anyone else. But listen, Ray, I think you made the right choice too.
That I nod, and making sure that she's resting comfortably, I'm gonna turn away. Val, one day, I'm sure, we'll be seated at the same table again. But I'm gonna need some time.
That's fine. I'd like to say this was the last time something like this would happen, but that would be a lie. None of us can know what will come next. None of us wanted half of the things that have happened this far.
Well, that's not true. I know what happens next.
Oh?
Thanks, dude.
Is it that Jorek comes skipping down from the rooftop? Because I sure hope he's okay.
Oh shit, Jorek. I'm gonna run.
I start to skip, start to trip, and then we'll roll from here.
Starlight Dove starts to help you down.
Oh, thank God. I think I'm getting vertigo at this point.
Now Mama's got a reno. Get
What
out!
happens is life goes on.
It always will. No matter what happens to you, the world keeps on turning. Even if it seems like your world has stopped.
There will always be more ants, even if you stomp on the anthill. Jorek, you can now arrive. The square is empty.
We did it. Well, at least this first step.
I've invited them to join us. One representative from each at the day of calibration. Or during calibration. I think it's 3 days or something. At calibration. Every calibration. A new chance for anyone who has thrown away their seat.
And Illuma will be joining as well.
Wow.
This is right. I think this is what we were meant to do.
She wanted us to protect the wild from... She wanted the Solars to protect the wild from outside influence. If we can come to an agreement, I think that's better than just turning back on these Death rays.
We don't need to rule by fear. Is everyone all right? Where's Felicity? I'm looking around being
Well, she disappeared into the ground.
Who took control of the manse? I look at Val.
I raise my hand with the smash fist with the hearthstone.
I feel like months ago, we all would have thought it might have been Jorek. Maybe me.
Just because I have control over the manse doesn't mean I'm going to use it, and doesn't mean anybody is going to use it.
I like that it's you.
Entropy and Weaver's prophecy is fulfilled.
I think you have less blinding self-assurance when it comes to ruling. I think you have self-doubt, and I think that's a good thing.
I ain't ruling shit. But if I have this, it means no one else can use this place, and that is fine with me. So everybody out! And I start gesturing at everybody to get out of the manse.
Well, you're not... Whoa, we're not gonna get some tea?
We have our own mans for that.
Out of the death machine.
Are you not coming?
I'm coming with you.
Oh, thank God.
Jesus.
And then with that, I
seal
turn
myself
to,
inside forever.
I turn to
You're prey.
Eyes Alight and or Starlight Dove?
Starlight Dove is still there. She's the one who got you down.
Yeah. No, the person who made the comment just now.
That was Starlight
Not
Dove.
Starlight Dove.
Jorek.
Yeah. Hmm?
Requiem. And I
Oh boy.
gesture over.
It wasn't Sola. And if some part of it was her, it means she's free now.
She did it herself.
It's okay. I know what to do. And I walk in towards Requiem's body, if it's there. As I kind of turn back to Starlight Dove, is this the one love to ruin?
Perhaps. You're asking as if I know the answer.
I guess we're making our own answers now. It's true. I'm going to take a moment to try to etch Sola's face into my memory as best I can.
We should probably bring her outside with us, maybe.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Coming with. Okay, here we go. Well,
We could commit.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I was going. Okay.
kind
Yeah.
of,
Great.
yeah.
Let's go. We're not doing the freaking man.
Get out of the fucking
Okay.
manse!
Here we go. I'm bringing Requiem outside.
Eyes Alight, I hereby discharge you of your duties in the repository of secrets. It will be waiting for you should you choose to return.
I'm gonna help Speaks of Silence out. I'll carry her.
I'm making sure that All Fates is getting back into the War Strider to kick the War Strider out.
Yeah.
Speaks of Silence reverts to her fox form.
Starlight Dove, what will she do now?
What she chooses? Maybe she'll choose to go back. Maybe she'll choose to stick around. I don't know. You're a good-looking guy, Jorek. Maybe you might want to think about that.
I reach my hand out to Eyes Alight.
She slips her small little hand in yours.
Small hand.
It's very small.
It's a little doll hand.
The rest of her is normal size. It's just this ridiculously small hand.
No, she has huge, totally above average hands. Sorry.
Yeah. Jorek, buddy. Oh boy.
This is it. The third age.
We're all leaving the manse as we're saying this, or are we out?
Yeah, I assume you're all out.
Okay.
We're leaving the manse.
Once everyone's out, I want to close the doors and place my hand with the smashed fist and the hearthstone on the door. And not really knowing what I'm doing, just will everything to shut and lock.
Okay. That works.
Fingerprint recognition technology.
All right.
And heartbeat, and retinal scan,
Yeah, all that.
and DNA.
Okay.
All of the above.
It's pretty sweet. Jorek's a little jealous.
Val, I'll be there at every calibration for each meeting to represent the defenses of the manse as a warning that they exist. But the goal of the meetings should be that they never have to be used.
Goal is to end all fighting, but I know that's naive.
I'll have to find my mother. Tell her the good news.
Who is this, John?
Starlight Dove.
I'm sorry. Your mother.
You met her once. I imagine that she's tending to her cats now.
I just do the slow turn to these guys. Where did we meet? The pocket. The pocket. that
Oh
catch the woman.
shit! I don't remember.
I just turned back to Starlight Dove. Mind blown.
That's why we forgot.
Oh right, yeah. I guess we don't remember.
No, I don't
We
know
remember
if we have
the
any
pocket,
inkling.
but we could never find it again.
Oh,
Yeah,
that place.
yeah.
Yes, right, of course.
Yeah.
Got it.
You'll have to thank her for us.
Every life you will lead will be memorable. Every story you have will be worth listening to. And when you die, it will be a moment of sadness. But it will not be an end. Do you understand?
We finally do.
One day, Ray, if you ever want to learn something a little more specific in how to use your fists, you'll let me know.
Deal.
She turns and looks back at Jorek. Take good care of Final Beat for me, would you?
It's my most prized possession.
Valeria, I'm going to see if I can find my husband again. Looks like I do a lot of searching for my own family.
I wish you luck. He seems
He
Very
likes
fun.
my cooking.
I
And
think
that
it's
makes
much more than that.
and that makes one person in all of creation. And that's
He
enough
cares
for me.
greatly.
Sweet.
And she starts to walk off.
I rush up behind her and give her a hug. Hug it.
There's a moment of surprise on her face. And she turns and she wraps you in a hug. And then puts you back, arms at shoulder length.
We'll be here.
I'm going to take a vacation, Jorek.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just officially started it.
May your beaches be warm, your skies be blue.
Sky's lavender at the moment, Jorek. That's up to you to fix.
I look at my craft dots. Say, fuck. No, I'm kidding.
I start cross-stitching.
Furiously.
Kate,
Mm-hmm.
what does Val have yet to see? Where do you want to go?
After hopefully dealing with whatever this new council of rule is, after calibration and after trying to set all of that started, throwing her persuasion behind whatever it is that Jorek comes up with based on his knowledge of how business works, and Ray's knowledge of what's perhaps morally correct. She's going to set out and try to find the places where the abyssals were known to be.
Oh shit.
And see what she can do to turn them back towards some form of good.
I wish I could tell you that the life would be easy. I wish I could tell you that the abyssals are willing and enthusiastic at re-embracing the light of the unconquered sun. And I wish I could tell you that you were always successful.
No.
But what I can tell you is that every time you manage to make it back into Yushan, someone else comatose in your arms.
Wow.
Tony always asks for a new story. 2, actually. One to get you there, and one to return. The unconquered sun stops making personal appearances for this, and instead directs some of his underlings to handle these reconversions for you. But there are more than one, including one who once answered to the name of Requiem.
That one, despite successes in the past, despite my hopes and ambitions for it to succeed, I won't have told Jorek until successful. When I do, you can be damn sure that I'm going to bring her back to wherever he is, whatever he's doing. Because though I'll return to the Blessed Isle every calibration, I was exalted with one mission. That was to cure creation. And thou will not rest until she considers it cured, which she knows she will never accomplish.
Speaks of silence, stays with you for a time. And then it becomes clear that she has her own role to play in making sure that the Lunar Exalted understand this new seat at the table. But it's never for too long. A month, a year. And eventually she finds her way back every time. Sometimes she's a little more beat up than she would care to admit. Sometimes she has gifts from parts of creation that Valeria wouldn't have had a chance to find. But that lasts. I can't say forever. Forever's an incredibly long time. Jorek.
Working alongside Valeria. I knew it was going to get that name wrong. Whoa. Working alongside Valeria in the lead up to calibration as well, Jorek is going to use his essence to create a new bureaucratic framework for creation based on the power from this new council here on the Blessed Isle, and begin to organize as best he can new seats of power, new rulers, new governments across creation. His first stop is to the west, where he hopes to unite some of the islands that are city-states. If not under one banner, then at least to make sure that they all understand what creation has become. He is, of course, taking Eyes Alight, if she's free, because she wanted to go. But they're going to make a small detour to a small city-state known as Brightwork, where Jorek has heard tell of craftsmen beyond his wildest dreams. He's an old craftsperson. He doesn't know much about them, but he knows they work in bronze. They work in sculptures. Apparently some of the greatest works of art came from there. And arriving at Brightwork, he's going to track down this sculptor.
To what end?
He has a commission. And he's sorry to say, but it's kind of a big one.
Mount Jorek more.
Yes.
It's a fucking mountain made of bronze.
It's the four of us.
The four of
With
us.
all fates. Yeah, us three and all fates.
Mount
But it's
Yeah.
just Jorek.
Sorry.
Yeah, but for Jorek. No, come on, guys. He sits for a long time with the sculptor, kind of describing his vision as best he can for a sculpture made of bronze to be erected, or to be sculpted and then brought to House Devora in Great Forks and erected behind their home of a young girl, her head thrown back, laughing or singing. And just a simple engraving creation will hear her song. That is the end to which he's going to the sculpture.
The statue becomes a focus point. Within a century, the statue stands outside an amphitheater and becomes a place where it is said that those who have the ability to sing, like she did, will always have the right to play. The statue is vandalized once. Only once. But before Jorek has the chance to even learn of it being defaced, the one who did it finds themselves repairing it as best she can, due to the will of an entire city-state united behind one person who will remain pure. Isolite stays with Jorek. And even though occasionally she's not quite able to make her point the way that she would like, and occasionally she'll bring up an argument that they once had that Jorek, for the life of him, can't remember.
Literally.
You always say that.
She occasionally finds herself returning back to the repository of secrets, able to do a little more research, always to try to support whatever Jorek is trying to do. Once they've had a discussion they both can remember. Ray.
Ray and Ember travel for a time. He had wanted to travel not under orders, not as a soldier, but just to see creation. And Ray had never been outside of Nexus before Exalting. So it feels like a kind of vacation, and it's one that they are both very grateful for. They try to find that little cave that was spoken of in Yushan by Shine, where that amazing drink that tastes just like sunshine comes from.
Shit.
I don't know if they find it.
I think between the two of you.
And after a while, Ray gets homesick and they go back to Nexus pretty quickly because it helps to have an airship at your disposal.
Oh, you have the airship.
Well, we're buds.
You know
Am
how
I
to
getting
pilot
around
it.
shop liver?
And on this journey back to Nexus, Ray discovers that she is pregnant. And if I may, John, it's a girl, and they name her Summer. And oh boy. And so back in Nexus, things kind of settle down to this domesticity, this calmness that hasn't existed for a long time. Ray sticks to her word and continues teaching at the combat school. But every calibration, true to her word, she's back at the council meeting, guarding the manse that she has promised she would do.
You may not. Ray does not give birth to a girl. She gives birth to two.
You had one name picked out, didn't you?
Summer and Sola. Boom.
It happens that when it is time for Ray to deliver her twins, it is Exquisite Tide who manages to arrange for the right place to do it. Not in a fancy hospital or even in a nobleman's room, but in one of the new apartments that she arranged to have built in Nexus, better than the slums that Ray grew up, but available for those who would require it. It is the first time in Nexus that something like that is given away freely. The combat school ends up being a place of joy. Unlike any other place where anyone studies, this is a place where it is the thrill of fighting that is celebrated. The moment where a downed opponent smiles, maybe with one or two fewer teeth than they once had, and still clasps their opponent's hands as they get hauled back up to their feet. Nexus continues to struggle in some ways. It's impossible to fix everything, but there are legends. Legends passed from year to year to decade. Of the times when the sun himself bathed his light on every street. Tai La does not last long on the council. After she completes her initial work, she becomes homesick and returns back to where she was before. She never contacts Jorek again. Totes manages to live about 5 more years. But Totes is, after all, a goat. And dies happily in the garden where she gets to eat with Alvor. Three more manses become apparent in your travels, as they were. Tepet Crest Exalted never returned home, instead preferring to stay aloft in the skies, although he now, because of the new arrangement, no longer has to hide his fuel source, and his crew shares in the duty. so that he has time to mourn his husband's passing.
Am I missing anybody?
All fates.
All Fates is not content with waiting for each calibration. It seems that she's always traveling. From Jorek to Ray to Valeria. She always has stories that she wishes she could tell better, but does not have Valeria's tongue. And puzzles, problems that she's encountered throughout the world that she can't solve because she does not have Jorek's wit. And when she visits Ray, initially she's very hesitant around her children, worried that she might do something wrong, say the wrong thing, or pick them up incorrectly. It's in fact All Fates Saved who manages to inform the other three of a Twilight living in the north. Who is very anxious to meet all three of them. She never minds any moment of her search. And she never gives up hope. Breathe in. Breathe out. There aren't many decisions that I am happier to have made than starting this with these three and with all of you. I don't know everything that happens in creation. I don't even think that that's something that Hate Wheel can answer, or Holden, Krister, anybody in the audience, my players. The best part about playing a game is knowing that it's yours, and there are always more. Stay tuned. We've got one last fancy corner to get through for Exalted, and one last play of the game ready for you in just a moment. What, are y'all just gonna sit there like you have alcohol or something to get?
Quietly weeping.
We're all a little sad.
Oh Jesus, Julian's here. Why? He showed up. We're all such wrecks. Oh Jesus.
And I think we'll end the game.
Oh yes.
Whatever it is. Oh, are you going to get something? Yeah. Got it.
Oh, here. I'm gonna
Play of the game.
Kate, you down this and we're gonna
Yes,
rinse
ma'am.
out that cup.
Jorek tells what his legacy will be. Oh, thanks, 12 deck boxes. How many deck boxes?
12.
12.
Oh. That's fine, and then you named your summer.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was like
It's so good.
it was the one thing that I was like, all right, if this does, I wasn't sure if she was going to end up getting pregnant during the game. I knew it was possible, but I did know for sure that if it was a girl, she was going to name it Summer. So that's been in my head for a while.
Yeah.
It's a pretty, yeah. I was pretty committed to that.
Oh, guys.
Pork and
That's
bun.
that is a good story. If it's
Jeez
similar
Louise.
to or same as the one that I read. So I know it was waiting on seeing what happened this session. But yeah. Yeah, it's good. Whether you read it now or save it for after the stream. Oh.
Summer and buns.
No, pork and buns.
Pork and buns.
Someone
Well,
saying you'd call them your little pork buns, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Pork and buns.
I'll throw it up on the site.
Now.
How many pages for it?
So that everybody knows, we're going to limit our discussions to what happened in this session.
Yeah.
Overall, throughout the entire chronicle, we've experienced a lot, but that's what the Froyo session is for. In 2 weeks, when I return to Montreal so that we can do this in person, in style, and give my players the chance to either hug it out
Or fight it out.
or fight it out.
Yep.
John, I mean,
Yes, with Froyo.
John, what can we say? Thank you for the wonderful game.
We've had
It's
our
not
ups
very
and-
fair that you are, well, paraphrasing lines that I gave you.
I'm pretty sure that was a direct quote. Thank you for the wonderful game.
It is.
Also, thank you, Chaos Bunny, for
Yes.
sending us the means to procure a fabulous bubbly.
Oh,
Yes,
you guys didn't. That's too
sparkling
bad.
vino.
I was trying to do it just off camera, just in case it took long. Anyway, pop.
Shadow effects.
Our
knows
final
that.
play of the game vote comes up here. Jorek decides his legacy. The circle brings the third age of creation declared by Valeria, and Ray takes control of the Imperial Manse. Vote using exclamation vote and then 0, 1, or 2.
I'm super glad that like Val's priority was not on the Hearthstone.
Oh yeah, because we would
that
have
would have
totally
changed
we
the
would have
entire
killed
end of
each
the
other.
game. Well, I didn't know whether we would have killed each other. Though Ray was super pissed at Val. And I'm kinda
She sure
surprised.
was. I
Liz.
that was bizarre, Captain Daff.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, they.
That is weird.
Captain Daff, it's the beard. They just.
With the exception of when we've had Geek and Sundry host us, this, by the way, is the Exaltwitch with by far the highest live viewership that we've had.
We should end
Thank you
games more
guys.
often.
Thank you guys for joining us for this final session.
Yeah, but actually, like, it's.
I mean, it'll be out there on the YouTubes for a very long time.
We'll
but,
see. No, I'm kidding.
let's just
24
delete
hours.
all.
I understand a lot of people couldn't make it because they have other things going on in their lives. But thank you for joining us. Nice to have you with us because that's a huge part of why we do this.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I mean, I love the game. Don't get me wrong, but we probably would have skipped more sessions and things like that. We wouldn't have made it as much of
this
a priority.
This is like the greatest way to make sure that you consistently stick with a game and a schedule. Stream it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We're glad you're with us, chat.
Yeah.
Here at the end of all things.
Yeah, fuck Game of Thrones.
La 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 la.
Hashtag no spoilers, guys.
Please, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going home to watch it, but I'm busy being here with you guys.
We're using OBS.
Yeah.
a face?
Yeah, John is running OBS. We're calling him on Hangouts. He uses a program called Sniz, I believe, to give us what track he's playing.
Snaz.
And we got Snaz? Oh,
Snaz.
I know it was Snip. And
Thank
then
you, Eric.
There's the Z, so yes.
It's good to have you in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's the last quote
Hello.
of the game? Jesus, guys.
Oh, come on, dudes.
Yeah.
How about we throw in the, and that's the last quote of the game? Jesus. Wow.
Wow.
That was a good impression, right?
Yeah, it was okay. What?
Yeah, I'm using the latest version of OBS because that's all I can do. Our poll is ending. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray taking control of the Imperial Manse.
Oh, Ooh, that's so exciting!
13 votes. Nicely done. Yeah,
That's a
I
lot of
was
votes.
super
Thank you.
surprised. I'm happy with, unexpected ending. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations!
Thank you.
So we have a couple of questions coming in. Questions like, was this Val's master plan all along? And was the Scarlet Empress pressing Ray just to get to the love aspect of Ray's motivation?
Well, I
Uh,
can't speak to the Scarlet Empress, but that's my thought.
Yep. It was, when because John had told us in advance that we'd probably get a chance to do a little short epilogue chunk, like what we each got to do. And I thought that probably that is what Val would go off and do, which is try to convert the Abyssals. Capdaf, I don't think so. I think she would save it for a really important moment, which we haven't discussed in our little epilogue. So stay tuned for 7 years from now when we pick it up again or something.
Who knows?
Exalted reunion!
Yeah.
We're all still here.
But I really think that the session could have ended so many different ways based on what was going on. Because,
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, Val could have totally ended up taking... I still think she would have talked the talk, more or less, as she did, but she may not have meant it. It may have been there'll be a council of solars, and the rest of you get to, suggest things to us. So yeah, definitely not necessarily the path I thought she would go down. And
I will
there was
say
also-
that depending on what happened, I was actually prepared to wipe you.
Oh, totally. Also, Val could have suicided herself. Also, Val could have decided to go and kill all the Abyssals. So,
I'm so
multiple endings.
I was
That's it.
convinced somebody in the core group was going to die. Convinced.
Yep.
It was just a question of who.
Yep.
So that was shocking.
I knew that was a possibility. I didn't want to say, well, I'm going to have to kill somebody to make this poignant.
I'm glad you didn't.
because I don't think you have to. But
No.
if the threat is real, then we know it's real.
Exactly.
We're gonna play it for realsies. No takesy backsies.
well, because I want a death to feel like it was earned, not because it was planned. And I was ready for you guys to tell the story you wanted to tell. In my assessment, was it possible for the Circle to actually win the fight versus the Empress if she didn't walk away? I know that had Val tried to convince her before Ray fought, she would not have given up. The fight was important because there were a couple of different reasons why she did what she did, but very specifically, she wanted to make sure that she was handing things over to people who were ready to show a certain amount of strength of character. And part of the way that Ray shows her strength of character is through her fighting, and part of the way that she shows her strength of character is when she chooses not to. For Val, it was more a matter of whether Val could acknowledge that she wasn't perfect, but also acknowledge that somebody has to make the choice. And for Jorek, it was to see whether his wish to establish a legacy was purely selfish in nature. And then it became one that wasn't quite?
I have been struggling with that question ever since I built the character. Not struggling, just like I think it's at the core of who the character is. I love it. Like it's a very, it's fascinating. The crosshair, I did not consider the F the pain away tactic, considering it was an army of the Fae monsters from the wild.
You just have to deal with the first one, I guess.
That's true.
Oh.
I'll also point out that all of you had things that you could have accessed in this last episode, which you did not. All of you had power, which you chose not to use.
Yeah, I think that's always really like I love pulling out the stops in a role playing game. I think it's really cool to be able to be like, guys, look at this sweet thing I can do. You know, it's great, but at the same time, what makes the most sense in what's happening in that moment? Oh, sorry, it's just the usual 9 o'clock bumping sounds. Not actually.
I'm wondering if I had any more questions about the man. Damn, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it's cool. It's funny, I've thought a lot over the week about what Ray's mindset would be towards Val. And in my head, she was so like explosively angry at her. And then in the moment, it just became this like quiet, like crushing disappointment in her. And in a way, I was like, oh, this feels right.
Yeah, and
go with it.
Internally, Val was disappointed with herself, but she was also at least partially aware of what the cause of it was, and was like, this is going to keep happening for all of us.
I think it was Val's apparent ambivalence that upset her the most. It was the fact that like, wow, you did this. You did it in break. Like you could have all of this remorse, and it's just I'm not seeing it. So whether it existed or not, the fact that she was like, "What the fuck, man? What are you doing?"
If I may, I'd like to just because I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget a play of the game for the chat. Dark Elvin, if you're still here, it was for me. I know it was for me, but and from that moment forward, quills were known as little Joreks all over creation.
Oh my god,
I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, there's something someone threw into chat that almost got me laughing.
Crap.
Little Jorek.
We love you guys.
Because it's like
I will point out that Magic Master P wrote something that would be a wise thing to check out. He's linked it there in the chat.
Yeah.
So have a look there.
Whoa.
Boomity boom. It's 2 pages, 3 pages? Oh my
4
gosh, it's way
pages?
longer.
4
It was
pages.
a quick read for me, so.
I'm so excited.
Have you? Yeah.
I'm gonna read that after. I didn't for some reason. I think I was at work when I got it.
Whatever.
Yay!
I am thrilled that I don't have to stop playing with these three. Next week on Sunday, it'll just be me. But in 2 weeks, I return home, and we'll get a chance, all 4 of us, and all of you, to experience Exaltwitch one last time. Your favorites, our favorites, and on Twitter. Now's the time for you to start making suggestions for Play of the Chronicle.
Motherfucker.
We will show you our favorite moments and yours, alongside discussing how we might have changed things and what might have happened. In 3 weeks, August 20th, Changeling the Streaming begins a new chronicle for the 4 of us. It's time for you to get in on the ground floor, everybody. So pull yourselves in. We're looking forward to it. We hope that you will too. I will also tell you that it is my absolute honor that we got to have this last session with all of you here. Some of whom have been involved in Exalted more than any of us could ever hope to. I thank all of you for letting us play a game and letting us share it with you. I also have to thank she who knows 10,000 things and echoes through song. You guys have been with us for a long time. Don't fail us now. We need you more than ever. And we'll see whether we can pull in the two of you for some insight in 2 weeks. For the person who has managed to be the most prolific in powering out art involving Exalted, Laurent, thank you for giving us more shape alongside TV Draco, the Crosshair, Magic Master, Aragorn herself. How many others? There's
So many others.
So
honestly
many.
too many, and I will not be able to remember all of you at this time, so I apologize. Yep, it's on the website. RPGclinic.com is the new place. Go check it out. Happy Cthulhu, I'm sorry you weren't here, but I hope that you'll be able to make sense of everything that happened.
Will be.
Scott, Elizabeth, Kate,
Hello.
this isn't an end. It's just a finale. And as we have all worked on shows together, we've got another one coming up. Wednesday, RPG Clinic. I will see if I can get a hold of at least one of you to come in, work on it. But I know that all of you have your own shows to take care of as well. Monday.
It's a much less auspicious, but not unlike this, a finale for Paul Prospero's Paranormal Probe, The Strange Blizzard had Automapec like, join me tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Tuesday, I believe the Coolian will have a Scream stream.
Yes, I don't. If Julian's still here, he might officially announce it. I
He had to
believe
leave.
we are streaming Until Dawn, a 90s teen horror film-esque game. It's going to be awesome with some special guest stars. Join us.
Wednesday, JT may have some more VR adventures for us at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. 8 p.m., you just might see me, and possibly some of us. Thursday,
I'm still out of town, so it's open for a steel stream.
Oh,
I'm working.
Fight to the death. So, let me know, tweet at me or DM me or something. I'll sort it out and let you guys know.
Friday,
I'm fairly certain that Punchy is happening as usual. It is the day before a bachelorette that I am organizing, so if some crazy thing comes up, I'll keep you all posted via Twitter, but I'm pretty sure it's still going on.
thank you, folks. This has been one hell of a ride. We'll see you next time.
Bye!
bye.